My dear friends, my dear gods, my dear masters, my sincere pronouns to my Guruji, Brahmarshi Patriji. Friends, today's session is about Patanjali Yoga, Patanjali Yoga Sutras, Patanjali Astangayoga. That's the first topic we take up. So many of you might have heard about Patanjali Yoga, Patanjali Astanga Yoga, here and there. We try to discuss about this Patanjali Astanga Yoga in detailed way, friends. So before going to that, I would like to explain you why do we use my dear masters, my dear gods, my dear friends. Try to understand, my dear friends, that means we're all friends, Maitreya. It means the first and foremost benefit of meditation is, or Dhyana Shastra, you develop the friendship with everybody. You develop the friendship, in fact, with all other living beings, all other live beings. That is called Maitreya, friendship. So we are all friends here. We are all friends. There is no disciple, there is no master. Only guide is there, mentor is there. You can take the help of mentor or a guide. But we are all friends. Then we also say that, so this is the secret behind the particular words we use in everyday session. Before starting session, I use all these three words. First is friends, then my dear masters. Why do we say masters? We are all going to become masters. Some people have become already masters, and some are going to become masters. The person who is seeking the truth, he himself is going to become a master one fine day. And you might have started one day before, 1 month before, 1 year before. Depends upon that. His way of self-realization, the kind of spiritual wisdom, what he achieved, he is going to become a master for sure. There is no kind of disciplehood. Nobody is lesser, nobody is higher. Nobody is inferior, nobody is superior. That's the meaning of mastership. Everyone becomes master of his own life through meditation. That's why we call it as a master, my dear masters. I quote. So you are going to become master of your mind. You are going to become master of your life. That is the meaning of dear masters. My dear gods. What is the meaning of dear gods? Gods. We're all gods. We have been discussing about this. We have been experiencing. We're all gods. We ourselves are gods. The meaning is Aham Brahmasmi, Mamatma Sarvabhutatma. I have soul consciousness. I am the soul consciousness. The soul consciousness everywhere throughout the cosmos, throughout the universe. There is a soul consciousness everywhere exists. So that is why the God is everywhere. We are all gods. Everybody is a God. Everything is God. Nothing but God. So that is why we call it as gods. These are the slight explanation of these three words, my dear friends. Anyhow, let's go to before discussing the Patanjali Astanga Yoga, I would like to tell you what is the importance of Dhyana Shastra. Today, we are learning the Dhyana Shastra in the view of Patanjali Maharshi. Friends, on this occasion, we have to submit our pranams to Patanjali Maharshi, who came to the Earth planet 5,000 years ago. He came to the Earth planet. He has devised the Astanga Yoga. That is the only way for a self-realization or mukti, enlightenment, liberation, whatever you call it as, or samadhi sthiti. Everyone to become master of his life, he must learn the Dhyana Shastra, whatever is designed by Patanjali Maharshi. Try to understand. So that is why today we are learning more about this Dhyana Shastra in the view of Patanjali Maharshi. And especially the PSSM has a little redesigned this Patanjali Yoga Sutras. Our Guruji, founder Brahmarshi Patriji, has detailedly explained about these 8 steps of Patanjali Yoga in a little redesigned manner. So that's what we are going to discuss today, my dear friends. And first of all, try to understand what are the benefits of this Yoga Shastra. What are the benefits of this Dhyana Shastra, Patanjali Dhyana Shastra, Patanjali Yoga Shastra. Try to understand whenever you achieve the spiritual wisdom, whenever you understand the Yoga Shastra, Dhyana Shastra, along with that, Dhyana Shastra, Yoga Shastra is the theory. What is practicals? Practicals is meditation, Dhyana practice, Dhyana sadhana. That is practicals. Any subject, for that matter, physics, chemistry, sociology, biology, physics, chemistry, all this, these sciences will have theory followed by practicals. Same way, our Dhyana Shastra, Adhyatmika Shastra, Atma Gnana Shastra, Yoga Shastra, all this is science. This is spiritual science. So we read spiritual science, we try to understand from the master, we try to take more and more deeper perspective of the each and every aspect in the spiritual science, Dhyana Shastra, Yoga Shastra. When we understand that, to implement in our life, to make it useful for our daily life, physical life, or the mental life, or the spiritual life, one must one must do the sadhana, one must do the practicals. The practicals is nothing but meditation, dhyana. The Sanskrit word of meditation is dhyana. Friends, when you practice this, when you practice the Dhyana Shastra, when you practice the Adhyatmika Shastra, when you practice the Yoga Shastra, then followed by meditation, what are the benefits? Try to understand. There are three major benefits. The first benefit is we become friend with everyone in this universe, in this cosmos. That's called, you develop the Maitreya. You become one with everyone. You become friendly with everything around you, all the life beings, all the fellow beings. You become friendly with everyone. So that's the greatest benefit of this Dhyana Shastra. If you read Dhyana Shastra, if you understand, if you start doing meditation practice, you will become a friend for everybody, every life being, in fact, not only human being, for every life being, you become a friend. Plants, animals, mineral kingdom, you become a friend with the entire nature kingdom, my dear friends, along with human beings. The second highest benefit is you will get control over your life, becomes you become master of your life. That is the second foremost benefit of this Dhyana Shastra. So that is what everybody is looking for nowadays. You want to live joyfully, you want to live peacefully, you want to live having ananda, that means bliss in your life all the time, eternal bliss, everybody is looking for. So why everyone is, what everybody is looking in their own life, if you understand, they are all looking for happiness, my dear friends. Everybody is looking for some kind of happiness in our life. Some kind of abundance we are looking for. Some kind of a peace we are looking for. Some kind of a compassion. Abundance without compassion, happiness without compassion is no good for anybody. No good for your soul consciousness. Your development of your soul consciousness is not going to help at all. How the soul consciousness gets progressed? Only when you are happy but compassionate. You are abundant, you are having abundance with compassion. You are having a peace with compassion. All these are the greatest benefits of your meditation practice. These are the greatest benefits of your Yoga Shastra, your Dhyana Shastra. Try to understand. So the second benefit, what I'm explaining to you, you become master of your mind. You become master of your breath. Once you become master of your breath, how to control, how to observe, how to get into Sunya, Parisunya, Mahasunya, then you will be entering into the state where you become a master of your breath. Once you become a master of your breath, you are going to become a master of your mind. Once you become a master of your mind, you become a master of your life. That is the second highest benefit. What is the meaning of master of your life? Friends, try to understand. We have 6 qualities, Arishad Vargas, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Machariya. So these are the 6 Arishad Vargas. These are called Arishad Vargas in our life. All these Arishad Vargas, gunas, once you get a control over them, once you win over them, all the 6 Arshad Vargas, that means you became the master of your life. Once you become a master of all the 6 gunas, in one life, other life, or after 100 lives, after 10 lives, doesn't matter. The soul is evolving from birth to birth, death to death, between the birth and death, between many births, between many deaths. The soul is evolving slowly, progressing slowly. So it doesn't matter in which life, in what life, in what furthest life you are going to achieve the control, you are going to achieve the mastery over all these Arishad Vargas. That is the final life, that is the last birth which you are going to take. Once you get Arishad Vargas, once you get full mastery over all your 6 qualities, Arishad Vargas, that birth is going to be the last life. That is where you are going to become a self-enlightened person, self-realized person. That is going to be the final birth in your cycle of birth and death, my dear friends. Anyhow, that is the second benefit. What is the third benefit of doing practice of meditation and Dhyana Shastra? Try to understand. So you will also become self-enlightened. That is called enlightenment, the process of self-realization. That is the third benefit. It means you will try to understand Aham Brahmasmi, I am the God. And also you will understand Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma. That means you see everything equally, because everything is God. Everything is soul consciousness. There is no question of looking other inferior, you are superior. Other is superior, you are inferior. No question of superiority, inferiority. No question of fear. No question of kind of a dissatisfaction. No question of stress, strain. There is no question of non-peace. There is no question of no violence. Everything is peaceful. Everything is joyful. When you know that you are the God, all other is God. All others are God. All the life being is God. Nothing but God. All the life beings are nothing but soul consciousness. When you understand this, Aham Brahmasmi, Matma, Sarvabhutatma, Tattvamati, Tattvamasi, Setaketu. So when you understand these 3 things you will be understanding, you will be realizing practically, you will be experiencing these practically by doing practice of meditation, by reading, by studying the spiritual science, by going through the Dhyana Shastra, my dear friends. So these were the 3 benefits of Dhyana Shastra, studying Dhyana Shastra and spiritual science. That is spiritual science and practice of meditation. So friends, we'll try to understand today this Dhyana Shastra in a detailed format with respect to the Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement perspective, as per our Guruji, the greater perspective of this Dhyana Shastra in the lines of Patanjali. We'll try to understand one by one. So what are the 8 steps, the Astangayoga, the Astanga Patanjali Yoga? What are the 8 steps? In the normal perspective, in the normal sequence, I'll try to explain you. One is Yama, Niyama. First one is Yama, second one is Niyama, third one is Asana, fourth one is Pranayama, fifth one is Pratyahara, sixth one is Dharana, seventh one is Dhyana, eighth one is Samadhi. These are the 8 steps of Ashtanga Patanjali Yoga. Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga, friends. Yes. So if you try to understand each one in a detailed manner, then you will be able to understand the entire Dhyana Shastra, entire spiritual science. These 8 steps forms the complete spiritual science. There's nothing beyond it, there's nothing below it. Only 8 steps give you the complete path for the enlightenment, complete absolute path towards the self-realization, towards the enlightenment, towards the liberation, towards the mukti, towards the moksha. Try to understand. Let's understand each step one by one. Friends, first of all, with respect to PSSM perspective, Pyramid Spiritual Society's perspective, we try to realign these 8 steps. Why do you want to realign? Let me tell you, the realignment as per PSSM is, first step is asana, Second step is pranayama. Third step is dharana. Fourth step is dhyana. Fifth step is samadhi sthiti. The first of all, yes, there is one more pratyahara. That is, the first step is asana. Second step is pranayama. Third step is pratyahara. Fourth step is dharana. Fifth step is dhyana. Sixth one is samadhi. Then comes to yama and niyama. Okay, this is the order with respect to PSSM. Why it has been realigned? Try to understand. You always try to understand one thing: yama and niyama. What are the principles of life? What we need to follow? What are the regulations? What are the controls on our life, in our life? So when you understand this, what will happen is these controls, these regulations, yama, niyama, the first two steps of Patanjali Astangayoga, I have kept these two steps at the end, my dear friends. So why we have done so? To make it easy for every person to pursue the path of Dhyana Shastra, to pursue the path of Dhyana Yoga, right? So why did we do this? The first of all, any common person, a person who want to learn the spiritual science, who want to pursue the spiritual path, what happens is when you keep this yama, niyama at the front, what happens? You will never be able to follow it. What are the yama and niyama? Part of yama, there are 5 principles. Part of niyama, there are 5 more principles. If I read these 5 principles of yama, then you will be able to understand what are these 5 principles. Why did I keep at the end? Why did I keep this yama and niyama at the end of the all these first 5 steps? As per PSSM, the first steps are given already. The second, last 2 steps, that is yama and niyama, are kept at the end. That means total 8 steps. Yama and niyama comes in the last. Fine. So I'll try to give you the yama. What are the yama rules? What are the principles of yama? That is satyam, ahimsa, brahmacharyam, asteyam, aparigraham. These are the 5 steps of yama, friends. So what will happen is you want to be truthful, you want to be non-violent, you want to lead the brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means you are always with the Brahma Padartha. That means you are always living with the soul consciousness. You are always living with the Atmic consciousness, my dear friends. That is the Brahmacharya. So the next other 2 are Asteyam, Aparigraham. Asteyam means you are not eyeing for any others properties. You are not eyeing for the others position into your position. So that is asteyam. Aparigraham means what? So we are not looking for anything more. Whatever we have, we are satisfied. So these kind of qualities, these kind of gunas, how they will be developed? So the all other societies, all other organizations, what they do when they teach this Ashtanga Yoga, they try to tell that this yama is first, niyama is first, then followed by other 6 steps of the Ashtanga Yoga. But that is not so. That is not possible, my dear friends. Why it is not possible? You want to be truthful, you want to lead non-violent life, and you want to be having brahmacharya, you want to have asteya, aparigraha. These qualities will not be possible. When these are not possible for you, what you will think? Anyway, this yoga shastra is not for me. I can't do this. I have family. I have children. All this. I'm doing business. I can't achieve anything. What Yama is telling? What niyama? What is the niyama again? Niyama is santosha, sauchya, swadhyaya, tapaha, iswara pranidhana. That is niyamas. Five niyamas are there. 5 principles are there. Right? So when you talk about again niyama, what are the niyama? Santosha, saucha. Santosha means always being happy, eternally happy. Saucha means what? Cleanliness. You have to be always maintain the cleanliness in your life, inside and outside. Okay. So then comes to tapaha. Tapa means you reduce all the requirements of your body, your physical life. And then comes to swadhyaya. What is swadhyaya? You are reading all the great spiritual books. You are able to understand Bhagavad Gita in no time, in very less time. And then finally comes to Iswara Pranidhana. That means you're always living in the God consciousness. You're always living in the soul consciousness. You mean to say that always you know that all are God, I am the God. You are living in the Iswara Pranidhana. Okay, that is called that is the 5th part of the niyama. When do you get all this, my dear friends? When all these 10 qualities to achieve in your life, then you start the Dhyana Shastra, then you start the yoga. Is it possible? It is not possible. That is why what we have to do, first we have to start the asana. That's why what we kept is these 10 are the byproduct of your Dhyana Shastra. As per us, as per our clear understanding, clear practically we have experimented on many of the meditators, all the meditators achieved. So the way the order what we are given. Okay, so that is why we put these two parts at the end of the first six steps, then comes to these two steps. It means to say, when you practice meditation, when you practice the first 6 steps, automatically you will achieve yama and niyama. You become that. That qualities become the part of you. You become that. That means yama and niyama are the natural byproducts of all these first 6 steps. Let's go to the first 6 steps one by one. So what is asana? Friends, I try to give you, every day I try to explain you during the practice of meditation, what is asana? What asana must be taken while practicing this yoga shastra or dhyana shastra. So I explained so many times, it must be a sthira sukha asana. There are no kind of any other yoga practices. There are no so many asanas you have to do while practicing this yoga shastra. No way. No difficult asanas. No kind of other yogic practices. The difficult, stretch this leg and keep it this side, keep it that side, keep on the top, keep on the down. So there's no question of any difficult practices of asana. What is asana as per our yoga shastra, this Patanjali yoga shastra, as well in the perspective of PSSM? What is exactly asana is the place where you sit, the comfortable posture. The asana means asana jaya. We call it as a asana jayam. So what is asana jayam? That means you are able to sit in this particular posture for a long time, 3 hours, 2 hours, maybe more than 3 hours. You must be able to sit. First of all, your sitting must be comfortable. So that comfortable sitting, comfortable posture, without any physical discomfort, that is called asana jayam. That is the asana one must practice. That is why we call it as a sthira sukha asana. Sukha asana. There is no difficult in the asana. That is the asana we try to give you. We always tell you to practice sukha asana, part of the meditation. In the process of meditation, you must always follow the sukha asana. Sthira means you should be able to sit for a long time. Sthira, there is no movement. You don't need to move here and there. You don't need to move any part of your body. You can sit comfortably at one place. That is called sthira sukha asana. So try to understand. For understanding this sthira sukha asana, for understanding and practicing this, you don't need a big textbook, or you don't need to read the entire yogasanas, all these things. No more required, my dear friends. So that is why this is the first step you try to explain you. Now what happened is, now you're observing your body, you are making the body to still idle, right? Still idle. You are making the body idle and you are with your body. That is the first step of the yoga shastra. Out of these first 6 steps, I am trying to give you the first step. That is the asana. Then comes to the second step. What is the second one? Try to understand. That is pranayama. What is the pranayama we need to practice? Part of this Dhyana Shastra. Friends, the pranayama is also Sukhamaya pranayama. It need not to be a kind of a very rigorous practice of pranayama. There's no kind of kumbhaka, there's no kind of rechaka, anuloma, viloma, controlling the breath, holding the breath, throwing out the breath at the speed of with a higher speed. You're throwing out the breath. You're taking in breath fast, out breath faster. All this is not at all required. What exactly required is your pranayama must be very comfortable. It must be Sukhamaya pranayama. It means when it will be Sukhamaya pranayama. Try to understand. As per Gautam Buddha was also given after his enlightenment. He taught to the entire world only the one Sukhamaya pranayama which he taught, that is Anapanasati meditation. I told many times in the class, In the practice of meditation, Ana means in breath, Apana means out breath, Sati means be with them. That's all the pranayama you need to do. One supposed to do pranayama. This is the Sukhamaya pranayama, my dear friends. We call it as a swasa mele gamana, swasa anusandhan. We try to say, be with your breath meditation. This is the Sukhamaya pranayama. You don't need to do anything more. What happens now? Now you sit comfortably. You made your body ideal. You are with your body. Now what happened? The second step is pranayama. When you are doing pranayama, what happens? You are trying to observe your breath. Of course, by closing the eyes, by clasping the fingers, by crossing the legs. What happened by clasping the fingers? You are avoiding 10% of leaking of your body. That means whatever the cosmic energy you receive through this pranayama, what will happen? 10% of energy of your body will go out, will radiate out through the fingers. So you are closing the fingers, you are circulating that energy into your own body. That is the purpose of clasping fingers. Why you are crossing the legs in this particular yoga sadhana, that is Dhyana sadhana or Anapanasati, you are crossing the legs. So why you are crossing the legs? Again, whatever the energy goes out of the fingers of the foot, that again gets circulated, gets connected into your own body. That is the other advantage of it. That means 10% through the hands, 10% through the feet crossing. That is 20% of energy is conserved, is circulated within your body instead of radiating outside. Okay. The other 80% of energy, you are closing the eyes. That's the foremost requirement of meditation practice. So you have to shut down your eyes. Why you have to shut down the eyes? Eyes are going to be 80% of dissipator of your own energy. When you close the eyes, you will conserve. At the same time, your leakage of energy from your body 80% reduced. That is why to save 80% energy, you must close the eyes throughout meditation. And then you have to start observing the breath. Why you have to observe the breath? To make your mind empty. Why it is important? Why to make mind empty? To make your thoughts empty. Why it is important? Every thought is an energy wave. If you start releasing any thought, you are drained out of energy, my dear friends. Most of the energy, most of your pranic energy, most of your cosmic energy, whatever the energy, bodily energy, mental energy, what you have, it goes out. That means you are drained out of that energy when you are making thoughts. That is why during practice of meditation, we definitely avoid the releasing of any thought from the mind. That means Sunya Sthiti. One must achieve the Sunya Sthiti by observation of the breath. That is very much possible. That is why we say that you have to make your mind empty. That means mind empty, you are closing your eyes, doing all these kind of practices will put you into the comfortable posture, comfortable situation. So towards the deeper practice of meditation, my dear friends. So try to understand, this is the second step in the entire Astangayoga, friends. So that is Sukhamaya pranayama. So what will happen now? When you start observing your natural breath and making your mind empty, doing all this posture, what I explained to you, if you start doing it, what will happen? When your mind becomes empty, I explained to you there are 3 laws of meditation. The first law says when you observe your breath, mind becomes empty. When second law says when mind becomes empty, you receive the cosmic energy through the Brahmarandra. There is a second law. The third law says when you receive the cosmic energy, what will happen? All your energy body gets cleaned, pranamaya kosha gets clean, then your intuition gets activated, your third eye gets activated, you make a astral travel to the higher worlds. That is the third law of meditation. Anyway, so let's discuss when you observe the breath, and sitting in the posture, you are practicing Sukhamaya pranayama. That is the second step, my dear friends. What will happen? Your mind gets empty. Your mind gets empty. The emptiness starts forming within you. The Sunya Sthiti start happening within you. It may be some thoughts will come, sometimes Sunya Sthiti, again some more thoughts will come. Like it's a kind of a practice. It's a kind of a game. You You're supposed to play the game continuously with a rigorous practice, constant practice, without any break in the sadhana. That is what one must do. Any beginner of this meditation, you must follow this, my dear friends. So that is why what we say is, whenever you do this Sukhamaya Pranayama, the second step, you are sitting comfortably, you are with your body, you are with your breath now. You are observing your breath, you are observing your body. That is the second step we came to now. The Sukhamaya Pranayama, when you are practicing, you are going to make your mind empty. Try to understand. When you make your mind empty, you are called as Dhyani. When you make your mind empty with the observation of the breath, you are called Dhyani. That is meditator. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. What is the next one? After the pranayama, there is something called pratyahara. After pranayama, pratyahara. What is the meaning of pratyahara? We'll try to understand. When you receive the cosmic energy, that means when you make your mind empty, when you make your mind empty, your mind becomes thoughtless, complete sunyasthiti. Once it is formed within your mind, no more thoughts, no more disturbances from outside and inside, then what will happen? You receive the cosmic energy. You are bound to get the cosmic energy through your Brahmarandra. When it happens, when the cosmic energy is received by your system, what will happen? The first and foremost thing happens is, I explained you the meditational experiences, 7 meditational or more than multifold experience of meditation I explained in the previous class. The first thing which starts happening is, we try to see a lot of colors, we try to see a lot of drushya, that means a lot of visions will come, and we'll be visiting, we'll be trying to meet a lot of masters, and many of the messages will be receiving, and all the messages will be received from inside. So that means, friends, that is the third step, that is pratyahara. In the pratyahara, what is pratyahara? Pratyahara. Okay, it is a food. Ahara means food. Pratya means what? Opposite food. What is the opposite food? Friends, try to understand with these panchendriyas, all your gyanendriyas. Always you try to see outside, you try to smell from outside, you taste from outside, you try to listen from outside, you try to touch from outside. All these 5 senses, they work from outward. That means outward senses, they perceive all the outward things through these 5 senses. It will be conveyed to your mind, it will be conveyed to your bodily system. Try to understand. Then you will be able to analyze what exactly going on outside in a proper way when these 5 senses are properly working with your body. That is called outside. That's outside food which you are getting to your 5 senses. Through these 5 senses, you are getting outside food. Okay. The same way, whenever you do meditation, whenever you close your eyes, there are no more 5 senses are working. Maybe your ears are working. The listening is going to happen. Other than that, everything is stopped now. Through this meditation practice, when you come to the asana and pranayama, when you have done it, then what happened is, all the senses are withdrawn, except your ears, all the other senses are withdrawn. When they are withdrawn, what happens now? Then you will be looking inside. Instead of looking outside, you are looking inside now. It means what? All this, whatever the panchendriyas which are getting outside food, they start getting inside food. What the inside food means? That means visions and the kind of a messages, the meeting the masters, and so many things, mountains, deities, temples, and then you'll be able to pursue the messages also. You'll be able to get everything from inside, my dear friends. That is the inside food. So that's why we call it as the opposite food. Pratyahara means, that is, pratya means opposite, food means the ahara. So for you now, you are in the position, you are in the state of receiving the inside. From inside, all these things you are going to pursue. That's called pratyahara. You're always seeing some colors, some images, some masters you are able to see. You are able to travel, you are able to see some deities, temples. So many things are getting inside. You are able to watch them. You are able to even listen to that. You are able to get inner voice also. You're getting the inner messages. So all this happen. That is called pratyahara. Okay, friends. After pratyahara, what is the next step? Dharana. What is the dharana? Friends, when you get When you get into the pratyahara, you are called yogi. When you get into the stage of pratyahara, that means you are seeing the visions, listening the voice, inner voice, and trying to get a lot of visualization, colors, all this, many of the things you are happening inside. Everything is happening inside now. There is no outside. Outside is cut off. Everything is happening inside. So these are all, these are not visualization. They are not actually imaginations. They are not going to be your own creativity. You're not creating anything. You're just watching your breath, making your mind empty. You're getting inside. As long as and when you get inside and your mind gets empty, these starts happening from inside to out. That means you are perceiving through your five senses. Now you are perceiving from all the experience of inside, the inner experiences. So-called inner experience you are getting through Pratyahara. Okay, so that is the third step. So what will happen is, when you get into the Pratyahara, when you are in the state of Pratyahara, you are a practitioner reached to the Pratyahara, you are called as yogi. First Dhyani, then yogi, right? Friends, after going, then go to the next step is dharana. Whatever the visions are happening, whatever the inner experience you are getting, you start focusing on them. Many of the outside organizations, when they try to explain dharana, what they do, they say that focus on mantra, focus on something, all this they say. That is not the spiritual perspective, my dear friends. The spiritual perspective of it is, you have to focus what exactly you are perceiving, what exactly you are experiencing inside. From inside, what happening, what you are seeing, what you are hearing, what is that you are trying to get inside. That focusing on that particular experiences is called dharana. When you come to the dharana, what you are called as? You are called as Rajarsi. Okay? Rishi. You are called as Rishi. First is Dhyani, Yogi, Rishi. You are called as Rishi. When you are with the dharana state, you are at the state of dharana, then you are called as Rishi. That means you are able to focus more and more on inside. It means now, friends, by this time, everything is cut off from the outside. You are completely inside of you. You are focusing completely on your inner experiences. You are going into a deeper and deeper state of meditation now. That is called that state is called dharana state. You are called as yogi. Friends, at this point of situation, when dharana happens, what will happen is, obviously, you start gaining lot of energy, lot of cosmic energy. Then slowly, what happens is, inside your etheric body, all these karmic patches, all the energy blocks. I explained in many times in the previous classes, your etheric body is full of your karmic patches, your karmic blocks, all the previous life janmas, your previous life karmas, previous life karmas, the past life karmas, all are stored in the form of the etheric body patches. The pranamaya kosha is having lot of impurities. It means there are 72,000 nadis within your energy body, pranamaya kosha. All these nadis have got lot of blockages. So because of all these blockages, I told you, all these energy blockages gets translated or manifested into your physical body in one day or other day in the form of diseases. That means papave rogavu. All the sins becomes diseases in your physical body, my friends. When you have so much etheric body patches, when you have so much blockages in your energy body, that is a Kanti Sarira, when you have so much blockages, how do you get the enlightenment? How do you get into this Yoga Shastra? It is not possible. That is why when you come into the state of dharana, most of the etheric body patches gets clean. Then one thing happens, after the complete cleaning of your etheric body, then only your third eye, this is Agnya Chakra, gets activated. Till that time, there is no question of activating your third eye. Your third eye, that is Agnya Chakra. Try to always remember this point. So that is why, as we are doing more pranayama, more pratyahara, more dharana, when you are in more dharana state, in a deep state of dharana, then you start receiving more amount of cosmic energy. Continuously, you are receiving the abundant of cosmic energy inside you. Then what happens is, your etheric body gets cleansed. Then you become perfectly the complete your etheric body gets purified, then slowly your Agna chakra, that is third eye, gets activated. Try to understand this. So that means, so by the state of this dharana state, when you get into dharana, what you are called as a rajarsi. You are called as a rajarsi. When you are in the state of dharana, you get the state of rajarsi, my dear friends. What happened? The first one is dhyani, then comes to rishi, then comes to, after that, yogi. Dhyani, yogi, dhyani, rishi, yogi, and rajarsi, then comes to brahmarsi. That is the final state that I will be explaining to you. Okay, friends, what will happen is, after this, the state of dharana, you will be continuously doing it. Once you sit in the asana, then you start observing your breath. That is called pranayama, Sukhamaya pranayama. Then you start getting lot of inner experiences. That is pratyahara, state of pratyahara. Then you start focusing on those experiences, all the inner experiences. That is called dharana. When you are with the dharana, you are continuing your dharana sthiti, dharana state. You are you are practicing your meditation again, continuously, hours together you are practicing. Then slowly, what happens? It happens like, that's called dhyana. That is, meditation happens. Most of the times we say that do practice of meditation, do the meditation, all this. But actually speaking, meditation happens by its own. Meditation happens by its own. What is meditation now? Try to understand. We try to understand that the final step, my dear friend, that is sixth step. That is the sixth step in the order of this Astangayoga. Today we are discussing. So that is called Dhyana. So in the state of Dharana, you are going inside, deep inside of Dharana. You are in the deep state of Dharana right now. Then slowly you enter into the state of Dhyana, meditation. What is Dhyana? Try to understand the word Dhyana. So Dhyana means Dhi plus Yana. Dhi plus Yana is equal to Dhyana. In Sanskrit, friends, this is a Sanskrit word. We are trying to discuss Dhi plus Yana. What is Dhi? Dhi means a combination of your astral body, causal body, supracausal body. The combination of all these three bodies. Okay, combination of all this. You are, as I explained earlier times, your soul is having 7 layers of bodies. Okay, the first 3 layers of the first body is Stula Sarira, Sukshma Sarira, then Karana Sarira, Mahakarana Sarira. So when you discuss about this, particularly Dhyana means, Dhi plus Dhyana means you are traveling, you are making an astral travel outwards. So when you get more into Dharana, then you are getting huge amount of cosmic energy, then what happens inside you, the rotation starts. The kind of a circulation, rotation, vibration inside you, it start happening. So that means what? The indication of that is your astral body trying to get released. When you're trying to go out of your physical body, they are called outer body experiences. When do you get the outer body experiences? The easiest way to get outer body experience is sleep. The second is meditation. When you sit under the pyramid and doing meditation, it will be much more effective. The outer body experiences, you get much more effectively. So that is the outer body experiences, whatever you do, that is nothing but astral travel. We call it as a astral travel. So during the astral travel, my dear friends, how it happens is Dhi plus Yana. Dhi means astral travel, nothing but astral travel. Dhi, Yana. These combination of these 3 bodies. What is astral body, causal body, supracausal body? Combination of these 3 bodies going outside. Yana means prayana. Okay. So when it is traveling outside, that is nothing but the dhyana. What will happen in dhyana? So when you are going outside, by the time of this astral travel, friends, your third eye got activated. You'll be able to pursue the extra sensory perception. You'll get it. You can see any of the world, you can see any of the master, you can communicate, you get the messages. That is the power of your third eye, my dear friends. You get your intuition activated. You will be walking as per the intuition. You get inner voice activated. All this will happen by the time dhyana. When dhyana happens, generally speaking, many of the people, they try to use this word dhyana, meditation in a very generic note. In a very simpler manner, they try to use it. But in fact, it has got so much deeper understanding. It has got so many steps. to come to the state called meditation. Meditation happens, you don't need to do it. Meditation happens when you follow all these steps. So all these steps we are doing every day, my dear friends, part of our meditation practice. As you all know that we are doing it in every day by day we are doing this. Okay, that's what we call it as meditation practice. We try to do every day. So it means the meditation happens when you do all these steps, all these five steps. If you are following, then the sixth step, the dhyana will happen. But for the beginners, you may not get the astral travel experience, you may not get the etheric body experience, you may not get the third eye visions. All this may not be possible, but it happens one day, it happens in this life or next life. But you must continue the practice of meditation. All the five steps you must continue: asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, then comes to finally dhyana. So that means when you are practicing all these five steps, then the sixth step, that is dhyana, will happen, bound to happen, my dear friends. So it may happen slighter note in the now, at present, it may happen in a deeper perspective and a deeper way. You will enter into meditation. The meditation happens in a deep state after some time, after some months, after the years. But one must not leave practicing of these first five steps. Then meditation happens, and then you get realized, you get self-realization, all this will happen. So now, after getting this dhyana, the D plus dhyana, that means you make an astral travel. Where do you go? You go to the higher worlds, high frequency worlds. You can meet great masters who are already enlightened masters who passed away from this earth planet. You can meet all of them: Ramakrishna Paramsa, Swami Vivekananda, then Lahari Maheshya, Mahavatar Babaji, Ramana Maharshi, likewise Jesus Christ, Gautam Buddha, Mahavira, right? So many great masters. You can meet all of them. You can communicate with them. You can visit the higher worlds. You can meet all your ancestors, your father, mother who passed away, right? Your loved ones. You can meet anything. You can meet everybody. You can communicate with them. You can get messages from the higher worlds. All this will happen. Satsang with the higher masters. Everything will happen through this astral travel, through this meditation, friends. So that means now the sixth step, for the fifth step is dhyana. What is the sixth step? The sixth step is samadhi. That means samadhi. We try to understand what is samadhi. Samadhi means, in the general sense, what happened? If somebody died, we use this word many times, right? So somebody died, we go and take that body and buried it. Many people, many that is the meaning, right? Friends, that is not the meaning. That is not the actual meaning. The true meaning of samadhi is after meditation. Once meditation happens in you, then what happens is you are having the highest amount of cosmic energy within you. You have the meditation state. That means you could achieve the astral travel, the plus dhyana. When you could achieve this state of the yoga, that means you are dhyana. When you are in the state of meditation, the deep meditation state, what will happen is you naturally get into the samadhi. What is samadhi? Samadhana sthiti. That means you get all answers, all questions, all unanswered questions. You're answered perfectly. You received answers for all your question. Any question it may be in your life. It may be something like, who am I? Why I'm born? Why I'm born in this family? And who are the other people? And why this society is like this? What is the nature of, what is the secret of life? What is the mysteries of life? And where I'll go after the death? What happens after death? Where do I travel? Where do I stay after death? What is my life after death? So all this will be all these type of questions, the various questions in your life, whatever the questions related to your physical life, your materialistic life, or the mental life or spiritual life. So questions can be anything, question may be anything, but all the questions will be answered in the state of samadhi, that is called samadhana sthiti. Samadhana sthiti is called samadhi. Try to understand, my dear friends. You have answered all the questions now. So let's understand more detail about some more details about samadhi. Friends, there are two states in samadhi also. One will achieve after the meditation state. So the deep meditation state, you will enter into samadhi naturally. In samadhi also there are two types. One is savikalpa samadhi, other one is nirvikalpa samadhi. What is nirvikalpa samadhi? Try to understand. Nirvikalpa samadhi means you have no doubts at all questions are answered. All questions are answered. Question may be anything. I told you, physical question, mental questions, spiritual questions, and questions related to life after death, or other worlds, related to other worlds, related to the whole creation, the mysteries of life. All these are answered. You are now a perfect enlightened master. Okay, so that is why this is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. There are no more questions left. There are no more questions pending with you, right? So this is zero states, the zero question state. There are zero questions within you. That is called Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Then what is Savikalpa Samadhi? There is one more called Savikalpa Samadhi. Friends, with the practice of the more and more meditation, you will enter into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. The highest state of Samadhi is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. What is Savikalpa Samadhi? Savikalpa Samadhi means there are some questions left over, pending. What are those? Maybe like this. Your mother has passed away. When you enter into a deep state of meditation, when you enter into Samadhi Sthiti, you are able to see your mother in some loka, in some high frequency world. You are able to see her, but you are not able to communicate to her. You are able to see her. You are able to pursue that. She is happy. She is joyful and living over there. But you don't know what is her next life and beyond which. So what is she going to the next life, where she is going to, and what will happen to her in the next future life? All these questions are some more questions what you get on any particular topic, maybe physical life, materialist, spiritual life, whatever it may be. So some answers you know, some answers you don't know. That is called Savikalpa Samadhi. Friends, this is the details about Samadhi Sthiti. Then, so once you achieve the Samadhi Sthiti, what will happen now? I explained you. Once you get into Samadhi Sthiti, Nirvikalpa Samadhi especially, so when you reach that state of Samadhi Sthiti, what will happen? You become enlightened. You become a perfect master of your life. I told you, Dhyana Shastra, the aim of Dhyana Shastra is to make you master of your life. You become master of your life, master of your mind. You win over all the 6 qualities of 6 Ariset Vargas in your life. So then what will happen? Everything is with you. You are one with the universe. You became a Brahmagnani. You became self-realized master. So everything you achieve now. So your life is joyful, blissful. Always you are in the state of Ananda. You are in the state of bliss all the time, my dear friends. Then what will happen now? So obviously, automatically, naturally, the Yama Nema falls into your life. What is Yama? Try to discuss. Let's discuss one by one in Yama. So in Yama, what are those? Satya, Ahimsa, Satyam, Ahimsam, Brahmacharyam, Asteyam, Aparigraham. Right? So let's understand one by one in Yama. That means the natural byproduct of Samadhi Sthiti. The natural byproducts of Samadhi Sthiti are 2. One is Yama, second is Niyama. Both will happen by default in your life, my dear friends. You don't need to practice, or you don't need to force yourself to get these Yama and Niyamas in your life. It happens by default, naturally. So what is the first thing? Satyam. Satyam means what? Part of Yama, I am trying to explain you. The first is Yama. A part of Yama, the first point is Satyam. Satyam means what? You know truth, actual truth. Because you are self-realized now, you know the truth. What is the truth? Truth is you are not this physical body, you are the soul. You are the soul consciousness. And that means what happened? That is the truth. At the same time, you always tell the truth. You always utter the words. You think and you talk, everything truthful, my dear friends. What will happen is that in that state of mind, in that state of sthiti, Samadhi Sthiti, after Samadhi Sthiti, whatever the words you utter, whatever the words you say to others, it will be implemented, it will be manifested without doubt. Okay, the same thing, Sri Sai Baba used to say something to others because he's an enlightened master, he is a Brahmagnani. He achieved Samadhi Sthiti, so he used some words. He said that the rain will come now, the rain will stop now. It means the whole control, the entire control of your own mind on the Panchabhutas, even including Panchabhutas, the nature, the entire nature is within him now. He is with the nature, the entire nature is with him. He is a friend to the nature now. He is a friend. When he is a friend, what happened? He achieved the control on Panchabhutas also. Then what will happen? He stop the rain, he make the rain to come. All this will happen, my dear friends. So that means his words become so powerful. His thought becomes so powerful, right? Thoughts and feelings, all his thoughts, his words, whatever he say, whatever he does, that also become truthful. The words and deeds and thoughts, all these three becomes so powerful. That is manasa, vacha, karmana. This will be, that is trikarana suddhi. So they are all purified. So that is why his words are so powerful. Every word is powerful. It will get manifest. If somebody after the samadhi, that's called, whenever you tell anything, that becomes a truth. That's called satyam. Satyam is whatever he says, whatever he talk, whatever he does, whatever he think, that will be manifested. That becomes a truth. That's why this particular the thing is satyam. That step is satyam, my dear friends. Then goes to ahimsa. Friends, try to understand, when you achieve the samadhi sthiti, whatever you see outside, the entire world you see, it's all soul consciousness. Everything you can only perceive, you could only visualize, you could only experience the soul consciousness everywhere in this universe. It means with other living beings, the other human beings, other plant beings, animal beings, whatever you see, everything looks, everything appear, everything experienced to you as a soul consciousness. That is Aham Brahmasmi, Mahatma Sarva Bhutatma. So when you achieve this state of this mind, so when you get into the samadhi sthiti, when you achieve the samadhi sthiti, what will happen is, obviously, you never resort to any kind of a himsa. You will lead your life with ahimsa. Is it possible before the practice of meditation, my dear friends? That is why I kept this yama and niyama at the last. It happens, by default it happens. Why do you worry about it? See, many people, what happen, instead of, in order to follow this yama niyama, they'll be just, they'll be keep living in this yama niyama only, all the lifetimes. I can say many of the people, many of the beginners of this yoga shastra, they'll get confused, they'll be dropped out. They start the practice, yama niyama, they try to follow. I want to be truthful, I want to be non-violent, all this they try. Okay, I want to be in the brahmacharya. Brahmacharya, what is brahmacharya? Many people, that's the third step I'll explain. But what happens is, many of the beginners of yoga shastra, beginners of yoga practice, they get confused, they're dropped out in the yama niyama itself. They never practice the further other 6 steps, my dear friends. Why? Because they find much more difficulty in implementing this yama niyama itself. The yama niyama must happen on its own. That's what we say. In PSSM, we teach meditation. We make all these six steps we followed. Then yama niyama falls on default in a natural way. So friends, try to understand the ahimsa. Ahimsa, that is the one of the byproduct, that is part of the yama. So you become non-violent against anybody, against all the life beings. It is a natural result of your samadhi sthiti. Okay, so what will happen is, you become non-violent. No question of giving any kind of a himsa, either mentally, physically, or verbally. All these three things will be cut off. You become a trikarana suddhi. You achieve the trikarana suddhi. Then what will happen is, there is no himsa, there is no violence committed in all these 3 forms. The violence is in 3 forms. Try to understand. All these 3 violences is completely centered out from your life. You became a master. You became master now. So you are no more living in any kind of violent way towards all the life beings. Okay, friends, go to the third one, that is brahmacharya. Many of the people are confused now. Brahmacharya means no sexual life, no family life. You have to be away from the life. You have to be in sannyasi. You have to become a sannyasi. All this is not correct. What is actually brahmacharya? Brahmacharya means you are moving with the soul consciousness. You are Atma Padartha. You are Brahma Padartha. Having that consciousness. When do you achieve this? After your samadhi sthiti, you naturally experienced it. You already got it. You are that already. So there is no question of any doubts on that. So that is why when the brahmacharya means you are moving with the Atmic consciousness or soul consciousness, Brahma Padartha. That is the brahmacharya. Next goes to asteyam. Friends, that's the 4th one, part of yama. What is asteyam? Asteyam means you are not eyeing on any other's properties. You are not going to do any harm to any other people. So in order to grab their properties, in order to grab their positions, so that all you are not going to do it, you will never resort to that kind of practices. That is called asteyam. This is also possible after samadhi. No question of eyeing on, or kind of a having the kind of a disturbing others and kind of a cheating others. That all will not happen. Okay, asteyam. Aparigraham. What is aparigraham? Friends, aparigraham means you live with what you have in a more satisfied way. You never expect anything more from anybody. No stealing, no question of, physically, like forcefully taking from anybody. So that all will not happen. You will be happy with what you have. They are the 5 yamas, right? Comes to the niyama. Let's discuss about niyama. What is niyamas, friends? So these are also regulations and controls in our life we'll achieve automatically after the samadhi sthiti. The first point in the niyamas, that is saucham. Saucham, santosham, swadhyaya, tapaha, isvara, pranidhana. These are the 5 parts of the 5 points in the niyamas. The first part is saucham, cleanliness. Friends, when you achieve the samadhi sthiti, then you will really understand what is cleanliness. You always maintain inner cleanliness and outer cleanliness. You always want to be pure. So you want to maintain everything pure. So that is what is called saucham. Saucham means cleanliness. Inside cleanliness, outside cleanliness. You never like anything which is unclean. That is, cleanliness is godliness. So that means you become so clean, inner and outer, all the times, always, at every point of life. So that is why the saucham is easily achieved after your samadhi sthiti. Then comes to santosham. You are always happy. You are eternally happy. Why will be eternally happy? You know that, you understood that you are the soul consciousness, you are eternal, you have no death at all. The death is only for physical body, death is not for your soul. Your soul is eternally existing in all the times, since ages, since thousands of years. It is existing, it is always taking birth and birth and death. It is continuously happening. So you have that clarity, punarjanma. So that means reincarnation is always happening. Birth and death is certain. All this understanding, all this wisdom you achieved through your samadhi sthiti. There is no question of being unhappy. You will be always happy all the time, all the situations. Friends, many of the yogis, they underwent a lot of difficulties. I know. I have read many books. I understood. They also went through a lot of difficulties. You don't think that doing practice of meditation, you come out of all the things at a time. No way. Because your past life karmas are so many past life karmas. Slowly, you have to come out. In this lifetime, whatever the practice, more and more practice you are doing, you may be coming out of some or other problems. Maybe some of the karmas still pending. Then what will happen is you have to take next birth, again go through your entire life and try to come out of some more karmas. If you are aware, if you are conscious, if you are aware, you have got real wisdom, spiritual wisdom, you do this. Otherwise, what happens? You go in the wrong track. You are going into the wrong direction, wrong track, wrong path. Then what will happen is, again, you get into some more karma, some more negative karmas. Then that is why what happened, these lives, number of births keep extending. On average, 400 births we are going to take. So that is why I'm telling you. So this eternally happy, that is eternal happiness, is called santosham. Okay. The third step is, friends, tapaha. Third point is tapaha. What is tapaha? Tapaha means reduce whatever your bodily requirements, whatever your mind requirements, all this will be reduced. How come it is going to happen? I'll tell you, when you come to the samadhi sthiti, you are enlightened master, you have huge amount of your cosmic energy within you. So it means your pranic energy is more and you have highest amount of energy within your body. Then what will happen is you start taking less amount of food and less amount of sleep. I told you, when you do the good practice of meditation, deep practice of meditation, that is 30 minutes of deep practice of meditation equal to 6 hours sleep. You can experience this. Keep doing the meditation, you will get this experience by yourself, my dear friends. So it means what happened? the body requirements of sleep and food intake, sleep intake, all this will be reduced. That is called tapaha. And also any kind of a desires, I wanted this, I wanted this kind of food, and many of the people, what will happen? They'll be having lot of desires. So they are happy if they achieve the car. If they're happy, they are happy if they achieve the bangla. All their happiness is determined by the external agencies, which is not going to be with the enlightened master, my dear friends. Sometimes you give him, I will tell you, you give him the pancha bhaksha bhojana. That means pancha, all the great varieties. You keep it in the one, in the plate and give him. You will eat. You give him next day nothing, just a buttermilk. He will drink. In both cases, he is happy. He is never disturbed. What will happen to the common man? If he get a good food, nice food, he feels so happy. If he doesn't get that particular day, somehow the nature has, universe has got a plan not to give any food on that particular day, not to give any kind of a position, not to give any kind of success, not to get any kind of achievements on that particular day. What will happen? You become disappointed, you become stressed, you become unhappy, you get into the dukkha. This is not the state of mind with the great master, with the Brahmagnani, with the enlightened master, with the person got into samadhi. That is why, my dear friends, try to understand the tapaha. Tapaha means reduce. I will try to give an example, one example to you. In one of the yogi, that is Trilinga Swami. He came from Andhra. He was born in Andhra Pradesh. Then he lived for 280 years in Varanasi. He went from Andhra Pradesh, then slowly, after 20 years of his rigorous practice in meditation, after getting a great master for him, then he learned everything and gone to the Varanasi, Kasi. Then he lived there almost more than, total number of years he lived is 280 years, my dear friends. He achieved all the extra sensory powers and all the siddhis. He got all the siddhis with him. Okay, 280 years he lived there. For him, what happens is all this karmic, the law of karma, everything is vanished. No more law of karma applicable to these great masters, the Brahmagnanis, my dear friends. So now what happened is, in his life, one incident happened. So one of the devotee, he wanted to test him. Then he has, what he used to do, Trilinga Swami, is to drink a lot of buttermilk all the time. So what will happen is, many of the devotees come and offer him buttermilk and all. All these so-called Ramakrishna Paramhamsa, Vivekananda, and before Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramhamsa, Lahari Mahasi, all these great masters have taken coaching, have taken the initiation from Trilinga Swami in the Varanasi. Try to remember this. So friends, what happened is, one fine day, one devotee came. Devotee means you want to test basically what is the power of this master. So then what happened? He told that I'm giving buttermilk, a bucket full buttermilk, he said. But what he has given? A white paint, water with a white paint. That is white paint he has given, saying that this is a buttermilk. Then what happened? Trilinga Swami, because he is a master, enlightened master, everything, right? So he has taken the complete bucket and he has drank it. He drank that entire bucket of white paint. Then what happened? The other person who has given, he's trembling. He's trembling and shaking. Then slowly he fall down. He fainted. Then the master is stable, calm, quiet, peaceful, serene. Then he drank everything. Then he digested everything. No matter, no disturbance, nothing. Then slowly, that person woke up. Then he said sorry. He has touched his feet and asked for forgiveness. Then he said, see, you should not do this kind of thing with the masters. Okay, nothing will happen to me, because all the Panchabhutas are in me. I'm nothing but nature now. I'm nothing but nature. All Panchabhutas are within me, and I'm enlightened master. I have no issues on this, and everything is, even whatever the food is there, food is not there, food is bad, food is good, and is a paint or a water or whatnot, everything, whatever it may be, everything appears same for them. For them, what happened? In everything they see the soul consciousness. They never see it as a physical body. If you see anything in physical form, my dear friends, you get a lot of disturbances. What happens is, whenever you see, you perceive, whenever you are connected through the physical body, you always get into problems. the kind of a connectivity, the physical connectivity is always a problematic. If you connect with anybody through soul consciousness, through your pranic connections, if you make any kind of connection, it will be powerful. It will be more rejuvenating, more result-oriented, my dear friends. So that is why this is one of the example I'm telling you. Okay, so that is called. So we are trying to discuss about tapaha. Okay, so next, friends, next goes to the swadhyaya. What is swadhyaya? Swadhyaya we explained in the previous classes. So when you become a master, when you become an enlightened master, what will happen? You are able to understand Bhagavad Gita in a very easiest manner. You read once Bhagavad Gita, you can understand everything. Otherwise, you are confused. Who is Krishna? Who is Arjuna? Who is Bhima? All the so-called great masters. All the things, whatever about a particular the Sahadeva, all these things. So all these great masters, what will happen? You try to not understand. You are not able to understand properly. That is the problem. When you become enlightened master, then you can understand the role of every role in Mahabharata, in the Bhagavad Gita, whatever explained in the easiest manner. If you read all the slokas, you'll be able to understand the soul consciousness, and Krishna is a soul consciousness, Arjuna is the kind of a body consciousness. He is a Nara, he is a Narayana. So Narudu, Narayana. So like that, what will happen is you are able to understand Bhagavad Gita in most easiest way. So that is the great benefit of enlightenment. So once you get enlightened, this particularly Swadhyaya becomes very easy for you. All the spiritual books, when you read any book, whatever the spiritual books you read, you'll be able to understand in the easiest way. The entire Bhagavad Gita you can understand in the easiest way. So the actual true essence of Bhagavad Gita will come within you. It comes to you. You are able to analyze and understand very easily only when you get enlightened. That is the benefit of the enlightenment. One is Swadhyaya. So friends, finally, we are going to discuss about Iswara Pranidhana. Friends, when all these things happens, when all there are many byproducts, there are many benefits of this enlightenment. I told you, Yama, Nema. So the last one is Iswara Pranidhana. So in the Iswara Pranidhana, as if you understand that, so you'll be living with the always soul consciousness. You'll see Iswara. Iswara means the soul consciousness, Shiva consciousness, everywhere, in everything. So always in every moment of your life, you will be leading your life with the Iswara Pranidhana. That means you are very near to the God, your godliness within you, your soul consciousness within you, then you will be living with that kind of Atma Gnana. So Atmic consciousness will be living your life. You will be leading your life. So that is called Iswara Pranidhana. So this is the last part of Niyama, friends. So friends, this is the overall Yoga Shastra, Dhyana Shastra, Patanjali Yoga Shastra. So we try to understand. So everybody, let's implement all these 8 steps in this detailed manner in the order of what we explained today. So you can definitely become master of your life. You can get the perfection in Yoga Shastra, Dhyana Shastra, my dear friends. Then your life will become so peaceful and joyful and blissful, and you become a master of your life. Okay, so let's start the practicing of meditation. So all the newcomers, go into the meditation as per my guidelines. All the old masters, they go into the meditation, You know the process. Please enter into sit in the meditation. Make a posture, Sukha Asana, Sukhamaya Pranayama. Start doing it. The first is Sukha Asana, Sthira Sukha Asana. Take the Sukha Sthira Asana. That's the first step. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Sit in the Sthira Sukha Asana. Clasp your fingers, cross your legs. Clasp your fingers and keep on thighs. Cross your feet. Sit on the floor, sit on the chair, sit on the bed, wherever comfortable. That is why we call it as a Sukha Asana. And it must be stable. Sthira Asana. That's the first step. Then you must close your eyes. Throughout the meditation, you must close your eyes. Start observing the breath. Just start observing your own breath, natural breath. Keep observing it. So start observing your natural breath at the nose tip. That is, you are with your breath. You are observing your breath. That is called Sukhamaya Pranayama. That is the second step of our Yoga Shastra. That is the second step. Sthira Sukha Asana. Closing your eyes. Now practicing Sukhamaya Pranayama. That is observing your natural breath. Keep doing it. Keep observing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep observing your natural breath. If you get any thought, cut the thoughts right away. Come back to the breath. Cut the thought right away. Come back to the breath. If you get any thoughts, whatever it may be, how much ever important it is, doesn't matter. Just observe your natural breath. That is Sukhamaya Pranayama. Then you will enter into Pratyahara. It need not to be today, but continuous practice of meditation, one will enter into Pratyahara. That is getting the food, all the inside food, inner food, getting inner experiences, start getting inner experiences. That is called Pratyahara. Maybe today, maybe some other day, with your continuous practice of meditation. After Pratyahara, much more practice of meditation leads to Dharana. Dharana sthiti, Dharana state will come. With much more experience in the meditation, more practice of meditation, you will enter into Dhyana sthiti. Meditation happens on its own. That is Dhi plus Yana. With Dharana, your third eye gets activated. With Dhyana, your astral travel gets activated. You get outer body experiences. That is Dhi plus Yana, Dhyana. Finally, after Dhyana, Samadhi sthiti, you get into Samadhi sthiti, Samadhana sthiti, that the last state of enlightenment. Keep observing your breath. Only be with your breath. Now you're doing wonderful meditation. You are with your Sukhamaya Pranayama. You're doing Sukhamaya Pranayama. With the Sukhamaya Pranayama, you become a Dhyani. With Pratyahara, you become a Yogi. With Dharana, you become a Rasi. With meditation, you become the Rajarshi. Dhyana. With Dhyana, you become Rajarshi. With Samadhi sthiti, you become Brahmarshi. Keep observing your breath. No more thoughts. Cut off any thought if it comes. Come back to your breath. Do not travel with your thought. Any thought, whatever it may be. Forget about the entire world around you. No more job. No more profession. No more husband, wife, children. Forget everything. You are just with your natural flow of breath. The natural flow of breath. Breath is your prana, breath is your guru, breath is your master of your life. It provides the mastery on your own mind. you become master of your life. That is the power of breath. Go with the breath, you can get into enlightenment. Breath will take from the zero state, from the lowest state to the enlightened state. Breath will make a travel. Travel with your breath. Do not travel with any thought. Travel with your own breath. Be with your breath. Last 1 minute, final 1 minute of meditation. Last 10 seconds, final 10 seconds of your meditation. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Place your both hands on your eyes, both eyes, for 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly open your eyes, slowly take away your hands. Yes, friends, we have done wonderful meditation. And now, as a part of holistic lifestyle, so we were discussing about water for last 2 classes. So we were discussing about the water consumption cycle, the quality of water, and the memory of water. What is the actual memory? What is the memory characteristics of water? We try to understand. Friends, the part of this memory and healing powers, of course, the healing powers of water. Also, we discussed about how to maintain the quality of water, how to drink the energy water. We discussed so many methods, right? So now the quality of the water, which is studied by one great biophysicist, is a researcher, is a authoritative power on this memory of water. That is Dr. Ludwig. So Ludwig, Ludwig. So he's a great biophysicist from the Europe. He did a lot of research really about the healing powers and memory of water. So that's what we have very deeply we have discussed. So you can review the old videos, you can try to understand the real healing powers and the memory of water. It remembers everything, it remembers, my dear friends. All negative vibrations, all positive vibrations. Whatever you do in front of the water, with the vicinity, in the vicinity of water, if you do anything, all the vibrations will be captured. If you add anything inside it, I told many times in the previous classes, whatever you added, so after the removal of all the substances, it can be chemicals, it can be poison, it can be poisonous chemicals, it can be anything which is added into the water. Even you remove the physical substance of those elements from the water through your sophisticated technology, so-called high-end sewage systems, high-end filters, use anything, whatever you wanted, do it. Remove everything, all those unrequired and the kind of a poisonous elements from the water. Still, the frequencies of those elements can be any chemicals, nitrate, cadmium, lead, whatever it may be, all these elements, whatever the elements which were there, after the physical removal of those substances also, there are very much the presence of their frequencies, their wavelengths, their vibrations will be always in the water. It remembers. Then if somebody drink, what happen? It will transfer into that particular living organism. That living organism must undergo all the negative consequences of that particular dead energy water. Okay, this is what the conclusion of the previous class. Friends, try to understand today we are trying to understand the message from water. You try to read one book which is living water. Energy water is also called living water. How to achieve that, all that we discussed. But you want to read more, read one book written by Victor. I told in the last classes, one scientist and researcher is a natural researcher person. He has written a wonderful book out of his research. So that is living water. Okay. And the second thing is we also need to know at this occasion, one of the greatest scientists is Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto. Masaru Emoto. So the Masaru Emoto is one of the great scientists, my dear friends. He has written a book called Messages from Water. Messages from Water. Please read this wonderful book. So friends, the water is very, very important. I told again, once again, I stress on that. 70% of our body is water. What is that which is running the entire body? Try to understand now. You have 100%. 100% of body, if you divide it, 70% of water, 30% of only organic matter, solid matter. So it means which is more important for you? More important is your water. Try to give highest importance to the only energy water. Try to understand when you say 70%, it means that entire the bodily functions will happen only with water. Try to understand one can live without food any number of days. Can be 30, 40, 10 days, 20 days, 30 days. You can live. People are there. I told last time, Sun Yogi, who is living without food, with only sun energy is living. So it means what happens is without food you can live because you are the combination of water and organic matter. Organic matter is only 30%, 70% is your body is with water. The entire globe also 70% water. So that is why the importance of water is such a way that if you don't drink water for 3 days, 3 to 4 days, the person will die. It means so much is the importance of water, right? So try to understand. That is why now try to understand the message, one important message from water. What is that kind of important message? Friends, whatever you make, any thoughts, right? So you think that your brain is making thought. What is that exactly you understand is your brain is functioning, your thoughts are getting generated. You try to understand one thing is in your brain, there is something called 90% water, 10% is only organic matter. Now you tell me, who is producing the thoughts? Who is responding to the thoughts? You are responding to the music, you are generating the thoughts. All this comes from water. 90% water, as I told you, within your mind. It means all these functionalities does by water alone. So how this water, that is why the importance of water comes into picture. If you supply the energetic water, that will hydrate all the cells, including all the organs, even the brain, get hydrated properly. You have the presence of energy water within your brain also. Then what will happen is it works, it functions in a great manner and healthy. It also becomes so healthy, right? So that is why try to understand the water is such a way that the entire brain itself is 90% water, means entire all the thoughts, whatever comes out of your brain, it comes through the water. Now, if you keep the water in a proper state by doing meditation, by your positive attitude, all the positive thoughts, what happens is the cells in the brain, especially the water, how it responds is, it responds so nicely, it keeps all the molecules of water healthy and energetic. So that is where your health will be decided. Okay. Similarly, we try to understand a plant, especially on the plant, our Indian scientist, Dr. Jagdish Chandra Bose, he's done a lot of research. I'll tell you what happened is in his own research, he has developed a lot of instruments to measure particularly the kind of a response on communication and the feelings and emotions out of the plant also. You understand one thing is, even the plant, for example, the entire plant, if you observe, most of it is water only. You just check with a plant or tree, how it is communicating with a human being. Any kind of a person who is having a negative attitude, a negative person goes pass by the tree will get that feeling. It responds to it. Most of the times, how this communication happens? Essentially, do you have a brain inside the plant? There is no brain. The brain, nothing but the entire tree, the entire plant is having water. So entire things, all this response, communication, emotions, feelings of the plant is communicated through the water out of the plant. Because what is the more component? The most component of tree or a plant is a water. So all these vibrations, communications, you play the one music near the plant. You observe, you go and observe the vibrations, what happens in it. Chandra Bose, like our great scientist. So Jagdish Chandra Bose, he has invented so many sophisticated instruments in order to measure the communications and vibrations, emotions of the tree when somebody is playing the music near to it. When somebody is scolding, somebody is doing, wrong language, filthy language, the verbally if he is talking or abusing something, then it also responds. It means it communicates with our conscious to the plant consciousness. We can communicate each other. I explained in the previous classes. You are a soul consciousness, it also got soul consciousness, and through which you can communicate each other. The communication essentially happens through the water. The water is the main cause to respond to all its emotions. That is why try to remember, even the human being died, the water inside the brain, it preserve all its emotions. You have to understand. Such is the power of the water. It's not easy. So there is so much depth to understand about the water, my friends. So that is why we have to give importance to the energy inside the water. So you read this book, again I'm telling you, the messages from water by Masaru Emoto, Japan scientist. He has researched a lot about all these things. So that is why, so it's so important that the message from water is very clear. It can communicate, it can vibrate, it can respond. Okay, that's what happens. I told you many times, even in temples, they energize the water by their own chanting and great mantras. They energize the water. That is why that water itself becomes tirtha. It becomes so powerful. So everybody will consume, little will consume. Also, it gives energy to you, energy back to your system, your body. So that is what the importance of water, my dear friends. So try to use this in all the time in your life. So whatever, even if you drink spring water, what happens? Whenever you drink spring water, for example, I'm telling you, if you go near the spring or the well water or the natural mineral water, when you drink, what happens? You feel so happy inside you. So you respond to many of the things, like, you will be so vibrative and having higher amount of energy. You feel so calm inside, right? So energetic, so calm inside. So that is the nature of water, what you are drinking. Because you are drinking the energy water, is going to hydrate all your entire body, then you'll be happy and healthy, right? So that is why the importance of water, the message from water is, it's very clear. It can do everything. Whatever you are thinking, it can do everything. All the communication can happen only from water. Okay, your brain is also responding out of your water component in the brain. Whatever the functionalities it is conducting. Such is the greatness of water, my dear friends. So let's understand the mudra. Now today, one of the mudra we are going to understand, that is a very useful mudra, my dear friends. Try to the deep learning about this, the mudra. What is mudra? Apana mudra. We are trying to know the Apana mudra today. So this mudra, Apana mudra, starts operating from the down from the navel to the down. That is below the navel into the until the excretion parts. So all the excretion system. That means all the wastage from your body will be expelled properly by doing Apana Mudra, by practicing Apana Mudra. That means I told you, there are 5 Pancha Pranas. Pancha Pranas are there within the etheric body. Already we discussed Udana, Vyana, Samana, Apana, Vyana. So these are the 5 mudras, my dear friends. So out of 5 mudras, we discussed already Udana, Vyana. Now third mudra, we are discussing about Apana Mudra. So this Apana Mudra is also a pranic force which works below the navel till the excretion parts. So that means until the Muladhara chakra. So it works in this region. So what it does is it conducts, it takes care of all the stools passing, sweating, and also the kind of urination. All this will be regulated, controlled by regular practicing of this mudra as an even sustaining mudra. And also this mudra can be practiced as a therapeutic mudra in particular cases of especially highly useful for the diabetes. To keep your diabetes under control, this is the only mudra you can practice all the time. Okay, so let me go through the formation of mudra. How you can form this mudra. Remember this, there is a Prithvi element, there is a ring finger, Akash, that is middle finger. Touch the tip of these two with the thumb tip. That's all. Okay, this mudra is Apana Mudra. Very simple. Other 2 fingers, that is index finger and little finger, must be outward, straight forward. So with the both hands, you do this, friends. With the both hands, you must do this. Okay. So this is the formation of mudra. What are the benefits of mudra? As I told you, the wastage of your body taken care properly. It works below the navel till the Muladhara chakra. So all your wastage will be properly controlled by this mudra, practice of this mudra. This Vayu, this pranic energy will work in that region. So what are the various benefits? Try to understand all the benefits. Okay. Constipation, urination problems, any kind of a urination stopping and constipation, all this will be removed, obviously. And any absence of sweat is not coming. If you practice this mudra regularly as a developmental or sustaining mudra, practice for 10 to 15 minutes at one shot. So that's the minimum time you can practice. It will help you a lot. At the same time, friends, so this is also going to help in stomach problems such as stomach pain, vomiting, hiccups, or any restlessness. It also is going to reduce your tooth pain. If at all you are getting a toothache, or to maintain the healthy tooth, practice this mudra every day, 10 minutes minimum. You practice it. Your health will be, your tooth health will be proper, and any tooth pain also will reduce. Then diabetes is controlled throughout your life. It can be controlled very well by practicing this mudra for 15 minutes in one shot, followed by prana mudra for 15 minutes. So this is very essential mudra, my dear friends. And also, the next thing is migraine. The migraine can be controlled so well using this Apana Mudra followed by Jnana Mudra. For at least half an hour. Each half an hour you do. One Apana Mudra do half an hour, and Jnana Mudra you do another half an hour. Jnana Mudra, you know that, right? Jnana Mudra. This is a Chinmay Mudra, Chin Mudra. This is, you practice this mudra also each half an hour. Apana Mudra half an hour, this half an hour you do. Your migraine will be taken care. And at the same time, any pregnant woman, just before the delivery, 1 month before, she must start practicing this mudra 10 minutes each time. So the easy delivery, natural delivery is taken care. Okay. So these are some of the benefits of Apana Mudra. It's a wonderful mudra, my dear friends. Start practicing it. So let's take some questions and sharing of your experiences before ending this session. Whoever want to share quickly, please share it. Yes, Aryan?
Namaste, sir.
Yes, namaste.
Sir, I just wanted to ask about, first of all, thank you for the excellent class today. I wanted to ask about this pratyahara. Like you said, withdrawal of senses. So how do we withdraw senses? That I have a little doubt.
Yeah, withdrawal of the senses. What is the question?
How do we withdraw senses?
Okay.
How does pratyahara happen?
Yeah, that's what. if you follow first and second step, third step will happen. Sukha asana, Sukhamaya pranayama, then comes to pratyahara. That means the first two steps are clear with you. You are following the first two steps properly. That means you are sitting and with a proper asana, that is comfortable posture. Sukha asana if you are taking and you are not shaking your body, you are not disturbing your body unnecessarily. Now and then you are waking up from the meditation and you are again going there, coming here. That doesn't work. If you sit in the asana, that means a comfortable asana, comfortable posture, it should give you the minimum comfortable sitting for at least 1 hour to 2 hours. Such kind of comfortable asana you must take. You have to be cautious on that in selection of your posture. Okay, wherever you sit on the bed, sit on the chair, wherever you comfortable, be in a comfortable Sukha asana you take first. Then Sukhamaya pranayama. It means you start observing your breath in a natural breath, no more any kind of a kumbhaka, rechaka, just to do the minimum, the Sukhamaya pranayama, simple pranayama you do. This is Sukhamaya pranayama, observation of the breath. If you do this properly, pratyahara bound to happen. You don't need to force anything. This will, obviously all the outer senses are turning inward. Now they are turning inward and the inward experiences, inner experiences will start. That is called pratyahara.
Yes, sir. Now I understood it.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Sir, another thing which you said, that what are the steps where a person becomes Rishi, Maharshi, Rishi, Rajarshi, and
First is Dhyani,
Okay,
Yogi,
Dhyana.
Rishi, Rajarshi, Brahmarshi.
Okay,
There
okay.
are five stages.
Okay, okay. Now I understood. Yes.
Okay, fine.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, ma.
You have explained so well about in-depth knowledge about meditation and dhyana. Really in-depth knowledge we got it today. And we have to see the video again and again, and we have to recall everything, I think, sir.
Yes.
So one doubt, sir, when that mudra you were teaching, no? That one, when we are doing meditation, we can every day one type of mudras we can keep. Anyhow, 1 hour we are sitting.
No. Your mudra you must practice separately. Okay.
Separately.
In meditation, only the posture, and I explained the entire posture, how the posture should be. You please go with that. Crossing your legs, crossing your fingers, closing your eyes, and observing breath. So this must be continued as a meditation. In the time of meditation, only do this. Okay. And mudra can be practiced separately practice.
Okay, sir. Hand posture, when we are doing meditation, hand posture, which mudra or nothing?
No, nothing. It must be just fingers into fingers, cross.
Fingers, okay.
See,
sir.
the crossing of fingers and clasping hands. You can say clasping hands like this.
Yes.
And keep on the thighs.
I thought, okay, mudra also we can do during that time, means both will complete. We can complete, I thought.
No. Mudras are actually most of therapeutic and body related and disorders, and to sustain your health. What happens is, many of the times people doesn't have access to the holistic food, the holistic lifestyle. So most of the times, most of the people are suffering because of that. At the same time, many of the people are bedridden. So they can't walk, they can't do yogasanas, they can't do the walking, running, jogging, nothing can be done. So then what happened? What is the way out for them? So that is why the saints and sages of our ancient India, so they have given this so-called Mudra Vignan, Mudra therapy. So it does all the things within your 10 fingers, in your hands, sitting and sleeping, while sitting. Even the disorder people, mentally retarded children also, you can just put in the one mudra. Especially I told in the last time also, Gnana Mudra, put into that mudra and just put a wrapping around that mudra on these fingers, just leave it so that mudra get practiced. Okay.
Okay.
So such a way, the simplest form of getting holistic healing, holistic health is given by great sages of our ancient India. It's our Sanatana Dharma. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Friends, anybody want to express any doubts are there? Clarify. Don't keep any doubts with you so that your practice will not be proper. And you cannot practice and again you will come back.
Good morning,
Yes.
sir. Rajika here.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah. Very nice topic, sir. I had one doubt. This mudra and all after meals, is there any particular time, sir?
No. There is no time. So anytime you can practice, anywhere you can practice. Okay. So there is no timing, no restrictions, no conditions for mudra, especially.
After food and any
Yes, after food, before food, anytime you can practice.
while walking also we can do.
Yes, while walking also you can practice.
Okay.
While watching TV and doing some, you're not using your hands, you can do this mudra.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Namaste,
morning.
sir.
Namaste.
Sir, yesterday I could not give the feedback. Sorry for that, sir. Because of some disturbance, I couldn't, sir. Sir, the topic today, what you have taken is very excellent, sir. Like, I'll just brief out, sir, what I could able to understand today. You said master of Arishad Vargas, like Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madha and Matsarya. Yes, sir. So we'll try to come out of all these things, slowly, sir, because we are initiated with you. Slowly we will be following and, we will adopt ourselves, sir. And one more thing you told, like, Aham Brahmasmi. No question of inferiority or superiority with us, and we have to take everybody into equally treated, all the human beings and animal things and whatever is there with wherever we go. Yes, sir. We have to consider with the equality. So that's a very nice topic, sir. And 8 steps of Patanjali Ashtanga Yoga you told, sir. Like asana, pranayama, pratyahara.
I rearrange.
Yes, sir. Asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana. One more I missed, sir. Sorry, sir. Samadhi, yama, niyama.
Last samadhi, yes.
Yes, sir. So with this, sir, you told about yama, like satyam. Whatever with the soul consciousness, we have to become very powerful, and our thoughts always it should become powerful, where we need to have all positivity with us. So ahimsa marga you told, sir. That's a very good thing, sir. We will definitely follow. And niyama you told, the last step of Ashtanga Yoga, that is inner and outer cleanliness. Sir, yes, sir. That is like Shaucham, Santosham. Yes, sir. Tapaha, Swadhyaya,
Ishwara Pranidhana.
Yes, sir. Ishwara Pranidhana, sir.
Yes, Ishwara Pranidhana.
Yes, sir. So Atma Parignana. So we will try, sir, all these things because everything is new words, and it is very good actually to hear all this wisdom words, sir. And then like water consumption cycle you told, like the whole of our body, it contains 70% of water, and even the universe is contained with 70% of water, and the rest 30% is with organic matter. Yes, sir. Very good thing, sir. And regarding prana mudra and apana mudra you told, sir, like it's very good, sir. But prana mudra, if it is possible, once you just show it, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, sir.
Prithvi and gel. Prithvi and gel, tip of those touching with your Agni, fire.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay,
thank you so much, sir.
Follow everything.
Yes,
follow
sir.
everything. You view them again and again. Revise the videos. Whatever we teach,
sir.
you will forget otherwise.
Fine, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you. Yes. Anybody want to share? Yes. Kavita avara share madidra?
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I learned quite a bit from you, so I'll just
Follow that.
register that and then follow. Yeah, thank you.
Follow that and watch the video again. What will happen is this is
Yeah.
huge information. Huge
Yeah.
information which is given in the less span of time.
Yeah. So repeatedly, if you watch, then it will
Yes,
register and
then only you can
we
understand.
Yeah.
That will register within your mind.
Yes.
Yes, right.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir,
So, yes.
one more, I had a question. In the mudras, for arthritis, is there any specific mudra?
Yeah. Arthritis is related to Prithvi Mudra.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually, and also water element, Varna Mudra.
Okay.
What happens is all the liquid within your bones and joints, no? Generally what happens, it gets disturbed and it is taken out, and proper hydration required for that. So if you do the Varna Mudra, what will happen? The proper hydration will happen to all the parts. Then obviously your arthritis, this kind of a bone related, these problems will be removed. Varna Mudra. Okay.
Prithvi and Varana Mudra, right?
Varna, yeah. These two can be practiced.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
good morning.
Good morning.
So very nice, sir. Thank you very much. The way the content you deliver is very impressive.
Right.
The knowledge you have is very immense. Thank you for sharing that knowledge. It is every time, though I feel I've known, but every time we listen to your lecture, it is still not known. There is a lot more to learn, is what is the feeling which I am getting.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing the knowledge, sir. It's very helpful.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yes. Fine. Okay, friends. So already we are 7 past 40 minutes. So thank you one and all for giving this opportunity for Mahavatar Foundation. Namaste to all. We'll be meeting tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Namaste, sir.
Thank you.